15, circulatory system. Very, very important, especially for Sam, right? Sam's had a little bit of some heart stuff. We know we got a pacemaker, some things that are going on here. So this is something that would be a really good protocol for him to use for circulation. Now, he gets a little bit of fluctuation with his blood pressure and that, so sometimes this can help balance that out. Not telling you 100%, but this is the things that I would do if I'm really trying to balance out your blood pressure, or if I'm trying to get circulation to a certain area after a trauma, something with a chronic condition. I want to get more blood flow. It's the blood flow that really brings the oxygen and the glucose and all the beautiful things for healing, for everything from pain to wounds to what have you. So that's going to be really important for us. Now, really begins the sympathetic nervous system from T1 to T12 controls blood, right, in the movement of blood. The inhibitory process comes from the vagus nerve in the brainstem, which is cranial nerve 10. It controls heart rate, digestion, breathing, a whole load of what we call vital, that's why it's called the vital centers. So I like to start underneath the chin right here, and I'm going to do 40 seconds, and 35 and 40 seconds, starting with infrared, right underneath the chin here, okay? So this is the vagus nerve. Now, the vagus nerve could also be done here if you wanted to, but this is my preference point. Now, why would I do it in this particular area? The vagus nerve is called one of the brachial arch. It is the big kahuna, the largest parasympathetic nerve in the body. Okay, so we really want to get that going because we want to inhibit and slow things down and balance it. Okay, so vagus nerve, very, very important, even though it's really controlled by the sympathetic. It's the vagus that inhibits the sympathetic. So they're trying to get in balance, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to get good circulation, and we're trying to get balance. All right, so now we're going to go to red. From here, we're obviously going to go to the heart, and then we're going to look at the adrenals and the kidneys. The adrenals are very, very important because it's the adrenal gland that when we get in a fight or flight is over responses and sends a signal to the heart that tells it to speed up, right? That's adrenaline, that's a hormone, right? But the vagus nerve actually releases acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter that inhibits or governs or slows the heart down. The job of that vagus nerve in this brainstem is to slow things down. In fact, 70% of brain's job is to slow things down. When we have decreased frequency of firing in brain, we actually get an increased. So if we get damage to that vagus nerve, your heart will actually start to beat 100 to 105 times per minute. So we'll see this with MS patients and any type of stimulation that attacks that vagus nerve, your heart's usually going to go up, right? So that's the job, is to slow it down, okay? Now the job of the adrenal gland is to speed it up. The job of thoracic spinal nerves are to speed it up. So we're doing heart next, and then we're going to come to the reflex points for the adrenal glands, okay? So the adrenal glands, now your belly button is here. We knew that they were coming back out further here and up. So about an inch out and about an inch up is going to be the adrenal points, okay? Inch out, inch up. So again, same protocol. We're going to do one side this time and then the other, because this is really important. I want to really balance out that adrenal gland. I don't want it to be firing at too high rate, and yet it needs reserves. It's sort of like if we're working all the time, we're burning the candle at both ends, what happens? We deplete our adrenal gland, then it starts to fry our thyroid, then our pancreas has to work harder, our heart has to work harder. So this is really great for helping balance things down, okay? Now, we also know that the kidney is very, very important when it comes in relationship to working with the heart and getting rid of the fluids. The more fluids we have, the more hard the heart has to work, right? So lots of times when you're on heart, do they ever give you a diuretic?
Yeah.
Absolutely, and they give you blood thinners to make it work easier, okay? So now we've done the adrenals, we're going to shift back down here, and we're going to come below that. So they're pretty close points, but again, we also have some different frequencies or pulsations in order to differentiate that. So we're going to do a whole bunch of things here to really balance that out through different systems, and that really is going to be a great protocol, or has been a great protocol for helping the circulatory system. Take some pressure off the heart, take some pressure off the adrenal, balance everything out, and really work to make sure that we get good blood supply everywhere. We don't have too much in one area and too little in another area. Okay, that's the circulatory system.